いついかなる時もレフェリーの指示さえルールを守ること。両者の健闘運以上。
All right, that Asia Pacific belt on the line tonight in this scheduled 10-rounder. The only fight in the last 2 nights on these cards that's not an official 12-round World Championship fight, but of course these belts do help you continue to move up in the rankings and get you in a position for a world title fight. Christina Poncher and Nico Ali Walsh on the call, and I'd like to welcome our friends watching on Sky Sports in the UK and Ireland. A pleasure to have you with us as we get started for our co-main event tonight. Tenshin Nasukawa, with that bleach blonde hair with the white and gray trunks. Asilo, the fighter out of the Philippines, with the white and blue gloves, and right away you see that southpaw stance from the former kickboxing world champion. And you know, sometimes when these guys transition over to professional boxing, you know, their styles are awkward, they get squared off, they don't really know how to work the angles very well. Not the case with Tenshin Nasukawa, as he does eat a right hand there from Asilo.
No, yeah, Tenshin's been able to make a good transition, actually. You know, you wouldn't be able to tell that he has a background in kickboxing. You know, sometimes those guys, most times, they have a wider stance, which you see at times. But for the most part, he's very slick as a boxer. He's a counterpuncher. And that same goes for Asilo. You know, I feel like it's going to be a battle of the feints for the first couple of rounds. You know, these guys are very reactive. They're quick movers, so you got to do everything behind a feint.
Asilo looking to land that rear right hand. And the jab is starting off strong for Nasukawa.
And Asilo's looking for those heavy shots. You know, you can see that he's sitting more so on his punches than Tenshin is. Those jabs landing for Nasukawa.
Nasukawa coming off a knockout victory in his last fight, July 20th in the 3rd round. Prior to that, his opponent had retired on the stool, so he kind of got his first official knockout victory in his last fight, even though he has 2 KOs on his record. Something that he's been looking for since his pro debut. He's like, he wants to feel what that knockout feels like, and he finally got that.
Yeah, that's what every fighter's looking for. You know, and he's looking to find his rhythm right now.
Oh, nice backhand lands for
very good
Nasukawa.
Very good left hand.
The southpaw lands the left hand again. Hand speed on display now. 15 seconds left in round 1.
And like I said, that was behind a feint. Everything's got to be behind a feint.
Good start for Nasukawa.
Make small mistakes like that. You got to always be on balance. You know, Asilo actually has a bad habit of dipping his head over his front knee, especially when bulldozing forward with combinations. I saw that in some of his film when I was doing my homework on him. You know, it leaves him vulnerable for uppercuts. In that case, it was a left hand from Nasukawa.
There he lands a straight right of his own, does Asilo, who, when he does let his hands go, he has some quickness with his combinations. But he does kind of get sometimes, like you said, leans over his front foot or kind of lunges forward instead of generating a lot of power from his base.
Yeah, and he did it just there. He did it there again. You know, he lunges forward with these shots. If Tenshin sat down and let an uppercut go, he wouldn't see it coming.
Under 2 minutes here in round 2. Strong jab there from Nasukawa.
And you know, Nasukawa doesn't have great, you know, rhythm in his feet. You could tell he's a little flat-footed, but he makes up for that in his speed.
Oh, good counter there from Asilo. Kind of stopped on a dime and then quickly countered with the right hand. Shot down to the body with the left hand from Nasukawa.
That's what I'm talking about right there from Asilo. He gets a little too much ahead of himself, trying to rush these combinations coming forward. Nasukawa's going to catch on to that.
Yeah, and he's going to time him with the counter, too.
Yeah. And you know, it's also, if you pay attention to their feet, they're also battling for that outside position, being that they're, you know, in opposite stances.
Which you have to deal with so much when you fight southpaw.
You know, it's annoying finding a southpaw. You gotta constantly make sure your feet are in the right position, you know, and you're vulnerable to those left hands from southpaw, which he's gotten hit with, Asilo. But Asilo would have the advantage of being able to land that overhand right, or any right hands.
Strong jabs there to end the round.
Round 3.
All right, let's see if any adjustments can be made from Asilo here, as he's been kind of biting on these feints from Nasukawa. Nasukawa has been able to bait him in, land the straight left hand. Not a lot of work to the body for either fighter yet. Hasn't really needed to.
Yet.
He's been able to score up top. Has Nasukawa?
You know, and you find Asilo squaring himself up again, like I said, after those combinations when he's trying to push forward, and I wonder if Nasukawa's going to catch on to that.
And there's that lunging forward shots of Asilo.
And that just leaves him so vulnerable for any counter, but specifically uppercuts. He's falling forward almost.
Stepping in, there's landing a shot to the body, as I was talking about.
There's
maybe
that body shot, yeah.
Yeah, working a little bit there to keep him a little more honest for Asilo when he hops forward with his shots. Double jab right hand from Asilo. Nasukawa, very patient. And I've always thought, you know, when guys turn pro, sometimes it takes them a while to relax, settle in. This guy's been a fighter his entire life, although he wasn't a professional boxer, and it's really helped make a seamless transition, and just shows how disciplined that he is in learning a different discipline, how much he's improved in each fight. Takes his time, is calm.
And you know, we also can't forget that he did have an exhibition with one of the greatest fighters of our time. You know,
I don't think anybody forgot.
Yeah, but you know,
I don't think
even though it didn't go his way, you know, you learn a lot from being against someone like that. And you can see it. He's had all success since then. And it was a good right hook from Tenshin.
Yeah, when he started his kickboxing career at 15 years old, he ended with a record of 44-0 with 30 knockouts. So you definitely have been a proven winner. And that's all he's done as a pro fighter as well. There's a little over 35 seconds left here in round 3. Good body shot there. And you know, he actually relies a lot on his defense, his footwork with his defense, right? Hopping back with his feet more so than, you know, using his gloves or moving his head.
And the only issue I would see with his defense right now, Nasukawa, is that he's going straight back.
Yes.
So if you combine that with Asilo trying to bulldoze forward, you know, Nasukawa's going to get caught.
Or better opposition.
Right.
No stool in the corner for Tenshin Nasukawa. Prefers to stand in between rounds.
Yeah, that's interesting.
You see a few fighters with that preference.
That's always interesting to see.
You prefer to take a seat in between rounds, don't you?
Yeah, I feel like, me personally, if I see my opponent not sitting between rounds, I feel like that's a slap in the face to me. Like, hey, you have to sit and I don't. Everything's very mental in boxing.
which is maybe part of the reason why some fighters do it.
Yeah.
And there's also fighters get off the stool quickly and are just waiting for the opponent to come out of their corner, just staring him down. Shakur
Right,
Stevenson
yeah.
does that a lot.
100%. Yeah, it's mental. You're getting that mental edge off them even during the breaks.
Jab there for Nasukawa. How about doubling up on the jab? Right hand scores for Asilo there.
Yeah, he looks a little bit more active this round, Asilo.
Very good. Right. Very good. Very good.
Nasukawa also usually has some, extracurriculars that he does in the ring when he fights, showboating a bit,
Yeah.
playing to the crowd a little bit.
He's
None
a
of
big
that.
showman.
Yeah, none of that so far in these first 3 rounds.
I think we'll see that once he starts really getting the edge on Asilo.
Right now showing respect for the undefeated Filipino fighter.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's still a fight. It's, they're both having, good moments. That was a good sneaky right hand.
I think Asilo maybe saw the referee starting to creep in, but Nasukawa continued to work. Scores with the left hand there. Nasukawa moving forward, taking his time. Misses there with a combination. The right hand scores on the way out. There's more of those feints you were talking about, Nico.
Yeah, and that works for Nasukawa every single time. You feint, you throw. That was a good right hand from Asilo, though.
Yeah, he did a good job also getting his head off the line when he threw that right hand.
He's feinting in his footwork, Nasukawa. He's doing a stutter step and then letting his hands go. But that acts as a punch. And Asilo's biting on it.
Left hand to the body. Back up top with the jab. And a nice right hand there as well for Nasukawa. And there's a bit of a dance.
라운드 5.
Round 5 of this scheduled 10-rounder. Christina Poncher, Nico Ali Walsh here with you. And likely a shutout through 4 for Nasukawa.
Yeah, I would
Asilo
say
has had
so.
a few moments, but pretty solid performance here so far from Nasukawa.
Those feints are active again from Nasukawa. He's going to continue to find success if he uses them.
Asilo waiting, looking to counter.
I mean, again, you see this a lot with 2 counter punchers. They're waiting for that shot. You can see them right here. They're both, fighting for foot position. You got to fill those dead spaces. If you're Asilo, you got to assume you're down on the cards right now. You got to fill those dead spaces with some sort of activity. You got to let your hands go a little bit.
And I think he's catching on to the hand speed of Nasukawa. I mean, not even willing to kind of throw some just throwaway jabs, some just pawing jabs, something.
Anything, yeah.
To get some offense generated for the Filipino fighter.
You need to, but, I feel like, it's the speed of Nasukawa that is slowing down Asilo, preventing him from throwing.
And he gets knocked off balance there by a lead right hand from Nasukawa. Nasukawa heating it up now a bit, left hand to the body, doubling up on the jab, then throwing the straight left to the gut.
He's staying consistent to that double jab left straight to the body, Nasukawa. And it's landing.
Yeah, again to the body.
You want to keep Asilo in the corner if you are Nasukawa, like right here.
And he's scoring at will with that left hand.
Just got to be careful backing out in a straight line. But that jab is so fast, Nasukawa. There he is, falling off balance again, Asilo.
Almost landed the left hand there for Asilo, and at least he's trying to catch him and counter when Nasukawa throws.
Round 6.
In Nasukawa's pro debut, he went the full 6 rounds. In his second pro fight, he went the full 8-round distance. Since then, the last 2 fights, he's gotten stoppages in round 3. This is his second scheduled 10-round fight. Asilo, for his last fight, went only 2 rounds, got the job done with a knockout in round 2. The fight before that, where he won the WBA Pacific Youth Bantamweight fight, a full 10 rounds.
We need that energy right now from Asilo.
He definitely has to pick up the work rate if he's going to try to win this fight on the cards. 5 rounds to none. He could be down at this point.
Yeah.
As a shot to the body lands for Nasukawa.
And Asilo is just waiting far too much. He's waiting too much for the perfect shot. He's not going to find it with someone as slippery as Nasukawa.
Strong jab there from Nasukawa. There's a 1-2 for Asilo. And then right back comes the Japanese fighter, and Asilo holds.
He needs to change up his punch selection a little bit, Asilo. He's landing that 1-2 at times, but that's the only combination he's been throwing.
I mean, I wish I could hear what they were telling Asilo in the corner as far as
Me
the game
too.
plan, because some adjustments definitely should be made at this point.
Yeah, more than halfway through the fight.
And there he goes with the right hand down to the body for
What a good
Asilo.
body shot.
And then up top he lands the right hand. You got to give yourself a chance. Oh, but that
Great
shot
rhythm.
right there, I mean, just timed that perfectly, did Nasukawa.
Nasukawa's got a great stutter step in and out with his footwork. And like I said, he's a bit flat-footed, but it works for his style. He's just so fast that he's able to get in and out like that, as you see right now.
I like that turn. Even though that right hand didn't land flush for Asilo, I liked how he ducked under and came back with the shot
Yes.
there. And they're at least using the jab, keeping it out there as a rangefinder, as he does, though, get tagged with the left hand down to the body. Nasukawa looking to work the angle, Asilo rushing in. 15 seconds left in round 6. A shot to the body for Nasukawa.
And then Nasukawa has his rhythm now. He's moving around Asilo. We're going to start seeing that showboating that you were talking about earlier.
I'm here for either one of them.
Either of them.
Round 7. A little more action there in round 6. You could tell that Nasukawa, especially towards the end of that round, had good rhythm. You could sense his confidence here growing with each and every round. He did get caught squared up a little bit, and that's kind of what we expect to see from a kickboxer turn boxer, but he overall does a good job of not doing that, but there he got caught kind of squared up.
He's landing those jabs at will. I like that Asilo's feinting. He's just not doing anything off of the feints.
And also Nasukawa doing a good job cutting off the ring too. Asilo was trying to circle to Asilo's right, which is kind of dangerous, obviously, to the strong hand of Nasukawa, but he did a good job stopping that movement. some of the antics you were talking about that you thought we would
Yes.
see coming out now is
Nasukawa's getting comfortable.
absolutely.
You don't want to see that if you're Asilo.
Does a good job getting out of harm's way there and then delivers a left hand. Oh, Asilo almost timed a right hand.
Nasukawa got a little bit away from that straight left to the body.
Looking for that home run shot, as you mentioned, is Asilo with those big hooks upstairs.
Great left hand from Nasukawa again.
Oh, and there's a good combination right back for Asilo, and then Nasukawa holds.
Asilo's been landing those right hands when he throws them. But Nasukawa's constantly in rhythm. In and out with those jabs.
They're using it to keep Asilo at bay.
Nasukawa right now is just mastering his distance.
Good right hand to the body for Asilo, who slips in that blue corner. But before that slip, he did land a good shot to the body of Nasukawa, a place that he hasn't gone to that often.
Yeah. Nasukawa's waiting for him to do that move, that bulldoze forward.
Round 8, the furthest that Tenshin Nasukawa has gone as a pro is an 8-round unanimous decision. So he finds himself in round 8 once again here, the scheduled 10-round fight.
And Asilo has that rhythm, but it means nothing if you're not doing anything off of it. Nasukawa lands that straight left to the body again.
And then doubles up with the jab up top. Asilo looks to throw a straight right hand, and again, just maybe setting up that right hand, which he scored a couple times with off the jab. I know when you have an orthodox and a southpaw fighter, that the jabs sometimes get negated because those lead hands are both,
Yes,
opposite in front. But it can still help him stay in rhythm and help him stay balanced on his shots, wouldn't you think?
just stay active. Anything. But it seems like Asilo has abandoned that jab. When he does throw, he's throwing one punch at a time with the lead right. He hasn't been throwing his jab, and he hasn't been throwing shots to the body really at all.
And it's going to be dangerous for him to just kind of lean in to reach for that right hand.
And I want to see Nasukawa take advantage of that now. We're in round 8.
Oh, there he goes. That's a good combination there for Nasukawa. Got Asilo stuck in the red corner.
He's about to slip there.
Then he turns that right hand to an uppercut and then finishes with the left hook. Asilo looking to go downstairs, chopping left hand from Nasukawa. One minute left here in round 8. Oh, good counter shot.
And there's the showboating from Nasukawa.
Even though Nasukawa kind of shakes it off, that was still a legit shot from Asilo.
Yeah, that's the only shot that Asilo has landed, really. The lead right. And that jab is working perfectly for Nasukawa. He's getting his confidence now. Nasukawa knows that he can throw really anything. He just doesn't respect Asilo's power at this point. He's not throwing enough.
And for the first time in the young pro boxing career of Tenshin Nasukawa. He sees round 9. Asilo and Nasukawa meeting with the lead jab hands here to start round 9. Nasukawa circling away from the right hand of Asilo, which has been his best weapon tonight, albeit far and few between.
I'm sure his corner said something about that, because it is clear that Nasukawa is going more towards the right this round.
Nasukawa's right.
Yeah, Nasukawa's right. Because that's the only shot that Asilo has landed. The right hand, as he tries to land it right there. I think that was a slip.
Asilo is claiming that it was as well, but nonetheless, a knockdown's going to be scored here in round 9 for Nasukawa.
I hope Nasukawa takes advantage of that.
Showing a bit of patience here, as we'll get a couple looks at that once the round is over, but for now, a knockdown scored.
Being very patient, Nasukawa. That was a good shot from Asilo, that right hand.
It was, and it was partially blocked by the glove of Nasukawa, but it was a hard shot. It actually moved the body of Nasukawa there. As Nasukawa answers with the left hand, and a good combination there from Nasukawa.
He's got to be careful jumping in like that, Nasukawa.
Especially because if Asilo's coming forward with the way he punches, there's going to be inevitably a clash of heads.
Yeah.
The crowd getting more into the fight now. A minute left in round 9. The pace picking up a bit here. Doubling up on the jab, and Asilo looking once again to land the right hand.
Asilo hasn't landed really any jabs. I believe that's why he stopped throwing them. Nasukawa's just so slick with his head movement.
Good 1-2 from Nasukawa. Back to the stick. 30 seconds left to work here in round 9.
He's got Asilo on the ropes.
Yeah, dangerous spot for Asilo to be.
Yes.
And a shot grazes the back of the head of Asilo there. Yeah, and he's feeling that. 10 seconds left here in round 9. As they both throw caution to the wind, absolutely. Which is why Asilo was, you know, trying to plead his case, as he wants a hug from Tenshin before they start round 10.
That's always good.
Is it?
No.
I was like, is it? All right, there's the right hand from Asilo. That's a good start.
Yes,
for him.
He's got to be, just this entire round has to be throwing shots.
There's another one.
I believe we're going to see Asilo get more careless with his punches and leaning over his front knee, like I've been saying. Nasukawa should really capitalize off that. He's going to get careless this round. You would expect more of a sense of urgency from Asilo.
Well, yeah, definitely at this point, needing a knockdown to win this fight. If the judges see it how the rest of the world is seeing this fight, it's been pretty much domination from pillar to post from Tenshin Nasukawa.
Yeah.
Aside from some,
and there's that headbutt.
Gosh,
there's that headbutt that you had mentioned.
I'm not trying to jinx it, but it was kind of inevitable with this, the way that Asilo comes forward.
No, it is, especially, you know, southpaw to orthodox, and then one guy's coming forward. Good thing it happened in the last round, the last 2 minutes of the fight.
Yeah, and he gets caught with the left hand there, a punch that hasn't landed for Asilo much in this fight. He hasn't really used that lead hand very much, but what's unfortunate about that cut for Nasukawa is, you know, he's trying to get in one more fight before
Yeah,
possibly
you're
the
right.
end of the year. That's going to sit him out for a bit. Oh, big shot there for Nasukawa. Trying to get the finish and under a minute left to go in the fight.
Beautiful right hook from him.
Give your best.
Combination punches from Nasukawa.
He's probing that jab out, getting his distance, Nasukawa.
Doing some work once again in that red corner.
A little bit of shoe shine from Nasukawa.
30 seconds. I think Asilo's looking for the clock
Yes,
too.
that's exactly what he was doing.
Left hand lands for Nasukawa. Nice right hand lands for Asilo there. Misses wildly. Nasukawa makes him pay. 7 seconds left.
Oh, that was a beautiful shot landed from Nasukawa, though.
Yeah, he would have loved to get the stoppage in this one, but instead he goes the full 10-round distance for the first time as a professional. And a cut to boot.
この負傷は偶然のバッティングによるものです。
What's crazy is how immediately quiet it gets too.
Yeah, they're just very
they're
respectful over there. They wait for the decision to be read.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like silence as we go to the scorecards, and there's the clash of heads there, where it almost looked like Asilo had that rear hand, brought him in to where Asilo was against the ropes, and that caused that cut.
That's such a sensitive spot on the face that it doesn't take much, and that's what happened in the first fight tonight with Anthony Alaskagwa.
And I have more on that in between the next fight, an update from Japan as we await the scorecards here. Should pretty much be a shutout here for Tenshin Nasukawa.
Yes.
Also knockdown scored in round 9. Could you really find a round in that fight to give to Asilo?
I wish, but no.
One judge from Japan, one judge from Thailand, one judge from the Philippines. So a judge from each of the fighters' home countries, and then a neutral judge from Thailand.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement. We have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Edward Liga, scores about 97 to 92. Judge Yoshida sees about 98 to 91, agreeing with Judge Surat Soikrachang, scoring about 98-91. All three in favor of the winner. He is now the WBO Asia Pacific Bantamweight Champion, Tenshin Nasukawa.
And the unanimous decision victor tonight, Tenshin Nasukawa, collects win number 5 as a professional as he goes the full 10 rounds for the first time and is now the WBO Asia Pacific Bantamweight World Champion.
この試合の採点をお知らせいたします。まずジャッジエドワルド・リガスは97対92。
They will have it.